mean, I think when you come out, your vision is what sustains you, right? I thought the ability to create an institution that could outlive you was the single most important thing that a person could do. And legal institutions were responsible for folks like me being able to participate in the system. And what we were missing were great legal institutions, right? The type that could really create a space where people of difference in the South could matriculate in ways that were not widely recognized.
Hey, this is Bob Simon, the host of Bourbon and Proof. This tour we couldn't do without our sponsors. Even Up, Justice HQ, Attorney Share, Move Docs, Coastal Research, Trio, Libra, LegalX, Law Pods, Strategy, and of course, Law Firm Rides, providing transportation for clients and lawyers nationwide. Even Up is an artificial intelligence platform that automates a lot of the mundane tasks that lawyers and law firm staff do, from demand letters to running playbooks to opening up claims, ordering police reports, and doing those so you can spend more quality time with your clients in the courtroom or in their living room. We also have Attorney Share. Attorney Share is a product to be able to have lawyers find more cases in their wheelhouse to help clients without having to have the market spend that's out there, and also tracking all of your referrals in one place. It integrates with all the major case management platforms, and it allows lawyers to really better serve their clients and also refer out clients in other jurisdictions and practice areas and be able to monetize all of that goodwill that they put in. Other sponsors, Justice HQ. Justice HQ is a mobile app bringing together all the community in the legal field, from vendors to staff to paralegals. They have their own masterminds. They have our podcasts are on there. Other lawyers' podcasts are on there. On-demand education, every event in the industry, and you have direct access to the best of the best. And of course, Coastal Research. Coastal Research helps all of us injury lawyers find out the insurance limits to investigation that's on the other side. Whether you know it or not, they're not required to in many states to tell you how much insurance there is for the person that catastrophically harmed your clients. But Coastal Research is able to do it very quickly and efficiently for you. They have an actual technology platform that's so easy to use and pushes the data back and forth. We only let people sponsor the show if we use their products and believe in them.
Welcome to this episode of Bourbon and Proof, where we interview those who have both been successful at law and life. We do things over spirits. We have this over live audiences here live from Savannah, Georgia at Atomica. Everybody give a round of applause for Atomica.
Yeah!
Live libation. Of course, we're honored to have our co-host, the Mauro Fiore, straight from Hollywood.
Hollywood, California, OG.
The OG. And today we have on Chadrick Mance, the king of Savannah, and he has a fantastic story to tell. And his daughter, his oldest daughter, did the slate. So, yeah. Chad, welcome on, brother.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. I'm a fan. Good to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to do your first drink here. So we have Farnaz coming in from Atlanta, and she's going to give you your first drink.
Right.
Can you explain what we have here today? Come on in.
Hey, Chad. How are you?
Hey there. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. So this is a Lascito.
Okay.
So it's a twist on a mojito without the cocktail. We've got
Excellent.
lime, mint, and house-made soda.
Cool.
Yeah, and take a look at these shirts. I don't know if you can see back here, but look, it depends and allegedly and never settle. So if you like the merch, LegalX, sponsor of the show, and also we work with them every day. And it's glad to see you guys. They're going on a ghost tour later. Ghost tour.
That's right.
You'll love it.
We're going on a ghost tour tonight. We're excited.
And staying in a haunted hotel.
Ooh.
Marshall House.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why
there
did
we
you
go.
say that?
It's
We are
awesome.
staying at the Marshall House. Is it really haunted?
It is haunted.
Fuck.
It's all right.
Mauro, we're going to do, since we're doing a lighter drink, so Atomica has to do their own spirits. This is a limited release, small batch, Savannah winter gin.
Winter.
We're going to do a winter gin and tonic. They have a good little tonic that they make here.
Don't mind if I do.
Wait, you need a little mix?
Oh, there you go.
Thank you. Sorry, we reach over you here, Fred.
So, since you're from Savannah, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know the Savannah bananas?
My
introduce
wife
me to the
actually,
bananas?
so I can't introduce you, but
man.
my wife has connections with the announcer for the Bananas. So vicariously, I know the Bananas.
You know, our director of Bourbon and Proof, who's back behind here, actually played with the Savannah Bananas in Anaheim.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got
He had a very weak pop-up, but I'm surprised you hit that. They're a minor league team to throw it hard.
Patrick Renna, he did not strike out, and they were throwing gas, so
It's not about me, guys.
It's not, but it kind of is. So, Chet, we're going to get into the story. First of all, man, we're in southern Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, How did you get to the practice of law? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, how rare is it to have, I mean, a black guy from Savannah practicing law? Let's be
Well,
honest.
this is a majority African American town. Of course, in fact, Bloomberg News did an article not long ago that showed the disparate number of African Americans here relative to the number of judges on the bench in the federal space. And so the question raised was, why isn't the bench more representative of that? And so there is an African American population, although there may not be as many African American lawyers, but there's a faction here.
Yeah, and you were the young, I think you're 27 when you taught at
Morehouse.
Morehouse.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us about that, man.
So yeah, I was in another partnership for a
Were
while.
you fresh out of law school, lawyer? at this-
Yeah, fresh out of law school. I was in a partnership, and then that disbanded. And the day it disbanded, I get a call randomly from the dean of the business school where I'd gone to college, and he asked me to come back, and I could essentially teach a course on business law from a plaintiff's perspective as a visiting professor, whatever that was. Basically, he said, you don't have to do faculty meetings, you don't have to do this, but you were one of our students that we thought about. And so come back and give back to your institution. So I did that for a semester
But that's-
while restarting a firm.
That's in Atlanta?
That's in Atlanta on the other side of the state.
Yeah, we woke up in Atlanta, Mauro and I, this morning.
So I heard.
Yeah,
So I heard.
It's been a long day,
Yeah.
and it's getting longer.
Hey, it's all right.
So with the law school you went to, was it accredited? Do they do that
Yeah.
thing in Georgia?
They do. It was accredited.
Mauro's was not. That's why I asked.
Yeah,
Mauro,
it's
were
all
you,
right.
were you an adjunct at yours? Did they ever have you come back to talk?
And you know what's funny? When he was talking about that, there is a lawyer that I know that's very big with the Alumni Association over there at my old law school, UWLA, which is University of West Los Angeles, small, unaccredited law school in West LA. And she keeps hounding me on Instagram, text, email, sending me DMs to send in a resume because she wants me to come back and be a professor.
Cool.
And I told her, I don't have no resume, man. I haven't fucking looked for a job in 27 years.
Yeah.
What am I gonna get? What am I gonna get a resume from where?
Right.
So I guess I'm gonna have to do have ChatGPT make one for me or something. But she has to give it to the president of the school. Then says she can get me in to teach, which I think would be fun.
Mauro and I have gone to law schools to talk before,
Yeah.
and it's they always think it's refreshing to hear from lawyers that are actually like running their own practice. To
Yeah.
go, oh shit, these knuckleheads can do it. I guess
Yeah.
we can too.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I mean, what was it like whenever you're 2 years out of law school when you're teaching there, right? 27.
Roughly, yeah.
But you're starting your own practice. I mean, that has to be
Right.
so hard.
Man, I'm a workhorse, not a show horse. So it was a good challenge at that time. At the same time, I was handling a civil rights case, very, very contested, well-known civil rights case here. And so it was a vibrant time. It was a bunch of new challenges. I met my wife the same year. So it was a very dynamic time. But it also put things into perspective, coming back to an institution that really was responsible for me finding myself as a man and a lawyer.
So you met Mia when you were then, what, 27?
Yep.
At this time? You guys been together ever since?
Yep.
And how old are your daughters?
100%. 4 and 2.
Yeah. I think I met my wife when I was 27, 28.
See?
Same thing, man.
Magic age, man.
It is. When you start to, so how pivotal was Mia for you during these? Because it's not, I mean, it's got to be hard. I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest. You ain't making any money.
Nope.
Starving lawyer.
Nope.
I mean, tell people what it's like, man.
Man, I mean, I think when you come out, your vision is what sustains you, right? For me, I thought the ability to create an institution that could outlive you was the single most important thing that a person could do, right? And legal institutions were responsible for folks like me being able to participate in the system. And what we were missing were great legal institutions, right? The type that could really create a space where people of difference in the South could matriculate in ways that were not widely recognized.
You're so like you're so verbose. Like I don't. It's like such proper English. It's hard for me to keep up, right? I mean, Mauro and I talk with like one syllable words.
It's the drinks, man. It's the drinks. It's the drinks.
That's the dream. The drinks. No, I mean like. So what's it like practicing in South Georgia and Georgia in general? I mean, we've seen it on the West Coast as a very good place for what we do, for consumer rights, for helping people. And then we saw like tort reform just come in and practically gut a lot of premise liability cases for consumers recently. Like what's that like?
You know, I think so. Georgia, by and large, is still a good plaintiff's place. Of course, you have plaintiffs' epicenters, we'll call them. The Atlanta Georgias, the Savannah Georgias, the Columbus Georgias, the Macon Georgias, that tend to be majority African-American cities. However, the presence of the African-American lawyers statewide is still relatively kind of novel, ironically. Same with other minorities. And so what we find is a space where you're still trying to find your identity and your roots, right? Which brings me back to the original point. The importance of legal institutions is pretty paramount, right? So I think in the South, particularly in the Deep South, you're going to have judges that are good for you. You're going to have judges that might be challenging to you. And I think what good lawyers do is they find a way to continue to push through it.
If anybody's watching or listening, like you're not always blessed to have a judge that either knows the law or knows you.
Right,
you get
100%.
a lot. Mauro practices up in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, cool.
And he had, in LA as well, but you were late for something, you had to miss something because you had to fly up to, where were we? You had to fly up to Washington because the judge was trying to hometown you had to be there in person.
Yeah.
This was like a month ago.
Yeah, I had to go to some small town in Washington because judge didn't like a document I filed to dismiss a case. My dismissal, he rejected the dismissal and said I had to come up there and explain to him why I'm dismissing the case in person.
Wow.
In person.
Wow. That's an expensive proposition.
Yeah, and I practiced in California for 25 years. No, actually more than 25 years, and I've been in Washington now like 3 years. I never had a problem, but this judge in this small town had a problem with, I think maybe the defense lawyer, the lawyer on the other side told him, oh, he's really down in LA and he doesn't really practice it. There was some bullshit because I got hometown and there was no airport near there. I had to fly in and I had to fly to Oregon and drive.
That's crazy.
Because the nearest airport was in Portland. And I had to drive like 2.5 hours.
Wow.
To get there, and I got there by the time I got to my hotel, it was like 4 a.m, and I went to court, and I was in and out of there in like 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's like, he had like 2 questions. Okay, thanks. Like my office was down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I walked out there, I was like, wow, what a waste of my life.
And judicial resources.
Yeah.
Judicial resources. I mean, imagine how much if lawyers are billing per hour. Not like us, but per hour. How much I would rip the client off.
Right.
But I mean, here in Savannah, this is my first time here. By the way, this is beautiful.
Oh, it is.
And you just told us that our hotel's fucking haunted, man. So,
It is, man, but it's all right. The spirits will help with the spirits.
Whiskey is my favorite spirit.
There we go. It ought to be an interesting time.
That's one of Bob's 4 T-shirts he has.
I see.
Bob only has
Actually,
4
you know what?
shirts.
I have that T-shirt in my bag, and I'm going to wear it.
Sure you do.
tonight.
Bob is a minimalist when it comes to his wardrobe.
Hey, simple is better.
Look, this seersucker jacket, I don't wear it off. And by the way, this is the first time I'm wearing this 4 Roses bow tie. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. From a barrel of 4 Roses. Actually, this is actually from a barrel.
I like it.
Yeah,
and these bourbon, these bullet bourbon. Mauro got this
I
from
was
love
with you.
those.
I think I bought you those.
You bought me these.
When we were at that
See that?
distillery.
We were at the distillery. You bought me these cups.
I
So I
love
can look
those.
fancy when I want to.
Bob sent me a text yesterday. Oh, I'm wearing Southern Gentleman, whatever, and for our shows.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, man, I've gotten so fat, I'm wearing whatever still fits.
I feel like our bodies hibernate. As soon as after it turns fall, our bodies are like, hey, putting on the blubber, guys.
I think so. I think that's safe to say.
Now, especially now, since now I don't go to trial as much as I used to, but I still try to get in the courtroom, try a case.
How many trials have you done?
So we've done quite a few, but particularly recently it's been harder to get on the docket
To
after
even get it
COVID.
out. Yeah.
But in Atlanta, in metropolitan areas where there's an active kind of push to get on the docket, man, I think so. Last year we got on a docket within 12 months after filing
No.
a case. Yeah, in a
Dude,
county
that's
called
unheard of.
Henry County. Yeah, the judge made a remark. He said, "Well, see how cases magically resolve themselves when
Once
you
it- face to the
once
fire.
you have a trial date."
That's why I actually like federal court for that reason. They put
yeah.
your face in the fire.
Yeah.
And get in or get out.
Yeah, and it's predictable and manageable, right?
Take some more. Take more. I mean, this gin is.
Yeah,
Really,
like I was saying, I don't try that many cases like I used to. I used to try
By the way, I think Mauro's
4 or
probably
5
tried.
cases a year.
Mauro might have tried more cases than anybody in this room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've tried probably
4 or 5 a year is a
close to
lot.
50 in 27 years of practice. And so
Takes
now when
some
I go to trial, I play what's called suit roulette in my closet.
Oh God.
And to see which one still fits. Right? So I'm playing roulette in there.
Yeah.
And I kind of know which ones are when I'm skinny and then semi,
Yeah.
then I'm getting fat and then I'm real fat. So I kind of know where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'm still playing suit roulette half the time trying to find
Why don't
something
you
that
just
fits.
clean out your wardrobe, man?
Yeah, well, I should clean out my diet is what I should do.
Are you a superstitious guy when it comes to trials or things like this? Are you a superstition dude?
Not really.
Oh man.
Not really. I don't have any real rituals.
I wear the
You
same
know,
socks
I mean, I'm a
every day.
I'm a pray before trial guy, but I'm not a. I don't believe in we got to walk in a straight line or we have to have some
Oh, man.
OCD like ritual.
That's unfortunate because it's more
yeah.
fun to play the OCD games.
Yeah, no, that
Counting
has never
numbers,
set
steps, all these things.
in. Never set in, man.
I mean, but here at Savannah, man, I mean, you guys are always the catalyst of like every election.
Yeah.
You guys are like,
Yeah.
everybody's, I mean, the guy on CNN zooming in on the map, looking
Yeah.
at we have more votes to count right here,
Yeah.
this part. I mean,
Yeah.
are you involved in all this stuff here?
Yeah, I have been. I do a lot of things, but I was president of the NAACP here, which is the second oldest in the state and one of the oldest in the nation, actually. We have the second largest number of folks in the state. I believe we'd have the first largest number if we did it on a per capita basis.
What does that mean per capita?
If we looked at the number of people in the general population
Oh.
versus the membership, in proportion to the number of people in the general population, we have the most folks, if that makes sense. So we've got 400 members here. But anyway, we're involved in every election and have been involved in everything from the presidential election to the government election, with presidents and congressional elections and so forth. So
Do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I have.
Have you seen the last season?
Yeah.
Where Larry David that passed that law in Georgia where you can't
You can't give water or food to people in line that are voting.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
the whole-
yeah. We were involved with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
There was a line warming ban or something like that. It's totally ridiculous.
There you go. I knew this would come in handy.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Thank you.
For this, sir, you under arrest for violation of the Election Integrity Act.
What? What are you talking about?
It is illegal for anyone in the state of Georgia to provide food or water to voters in line at the polls.
What? That's barbaric. What kind of law? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. You're coming with me.
You can't do. Oh no, you're making a big mistake.
I'm sorry, baby, I forgot.
It's very fun. But is that really like that here? I mean,
Yeah, I think it ebbs and flows with the politics, right? Whenever we see an upswell of political activity, we see retrenchment that follows. And I think it's a natural outgrowth of the political process. Now remember, Stacey Abrams posed a real threat to the establishment here. And at that time, when we have the line warming stuff going on, she was a palpable threat and arguably might still be. And so this was in direct response to a semblance of progress in the state. That's why stuff like that goes down, man.
but you had to be involved with not only this election, the one before, because this is
Yeah.
It comes down like 4 or 5 counties every year.
Yep.
It's like you got Philadelphia, you got a pocket of like what's going to happen in Michigan,
Yep.
you got like two
Arizona.
pockets in Georgia,
Yep.
Arizona, and that's
Yep.
it. right?
Yep.
So all eyes are on you. So like, is this town just filled with people trying to sway votes and shit? Is that what happens?
I think so. The town is turning, right? And it is not quite purple, but it's not red, and certainly not entirely blue. It can swing, and that's what makes it so important because of the growth and the mixture of political outcomes that could happen. Now, we've recognized it traditionally as a democratic space, but it's more complex than that. And so Savannah is increasingly important. And what the NAACP has done traditionally has been have aggressive voting registration initiatives. So we pioneered this as an organization here in Savannah. For example, registering people to vote in jails, registering people to vote in schools, registering people to vote when
Rock
they
the
turn.
vote.
Yeah, all of that,
Vote.
right? So
Now Speed Diddy, we can't do that.
during my time with all of that, and I'm not president anymore. I'm focused on my firm.
When were you?
I was president during the Biden years, the Abrams governor years. Yeah, so recently this year was my first year not as president.
Dude, whenever-
I did that for 4 years.
I always saw Kemp, your current governor, as like middle of the road guy, and then all of a sudden the tort reform comes out, and I was like, where did that
Tort
come
reform
from,
was
man?
his ticket, man. Tort reform was his ticket, and the playbook was established by DeSantis in Florida.
Oh God, yeah.
And
Our
so
last guest just talked all about how
it was palpable, it was predictable.
we had a Republic on her earlier.
Yeah.
Who talked about how DeSantis ruined their state,
Yeah,
ruined it.
I've heard. Well, I was down. I was at Workhorse, participating in a presentation there when all of that was going on, in like 23, and it was crazy. The biggest trial lawyers in America were taking turns going to Tallahassee, trying to water down the fire that was already a conflagration. Already, some lawyers were saying, "Look, we're going to move into Georgia and other periphery states." Right? Other lawyers were saying, we'll ride it out. But the anxiety was palpable. And, it was predictable that it would at least make it a state up. I thought we'd have one legislative cycle. We had more. And our trial lawyers tried to push it back, but it was unsuccessful.
Man, we got a lot of.
It wasn't a total loss, though, by the way,
No, I
because
know.
we didn't get caps. You can
Fought back
still, anchor, although there's this anti-anchoring provision of the
So
law.
a lot of laws you guys pass are the same laws we have in California,
Yeah.
which it's not. We're still a good consumer state. But
Yeah.
looking behind us, I see a lot of like powerhouse lawyers in Florida and Georgia here that are part of the fight, just in the bar,
Yeah.
where they usually are. But what are some other things that like you're passionate about right now, other than your
Yeah.
family, me, and the kids?
Yeah.
Like, Mauro, you wanted to say something earlier. You're chomping at the bit.
No, I was saying that you think that these lawyers, these governors ruin these states. Have you ever heard of Gavin Newsom? We're talking about ruining a state.
Oh,
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom's the worst governor in America.
Yeah.
100%. He ruined California.
Yeah.
He said Mauro lacks something called morals and cognitive ability, so that's why he thinks that.
No, Gavin Newsom's the worst fucking.
I've heard.
Worst governor.
He's awesome.
Awesome.
I've heard.
Let me get some more of this. Gin.
Strong
Get some of that
feelings
shit.
either way.
So, Mauro actually gave him a tiger suit. We'll put the photo on the
Interesting.
show. One of his famous tiger suits. He actually wore the tiger suit. But hey, he passes laws that are good for consumers, and Mauro still complains.
Hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some of the things. So I'm a big institution guy. I think institutions are the way to freedom. They're the way to self-expression.
But how do you get? We see
They're-
getting into high schools, colleges, getting into the institutional early for adolescents. Like, how do we do that now?
Look, I think the easiest thing we can do for our children to make our nation better is to teach them how to build some kind of business in one place or the other, right? And that's my focus right now. How do we build an institution that can be a stakeholder institution to make the community better and to not siphon away from resources? And the law is good. It's supposed to be good, but it's a human outgrowth. Sometimes it loses its way. And good lawyers have a responsibility to create good institutions and propagate trial lawyers so that we can keep our democracy where it needs to
But
be.
here's the thing: the law is a law. The Constitution is the Constitution.
Is it?
I mean, that's
Is it?
Isn't that wild?
Is it?
It's like,
Is it, or is it an outgrowth of political expression?
but here's
Or
isn't it wild?
circumstance.
Is that for years the Constitution, being a living, breathing document, was an aberration to now the folks that are saying, "Oh, the Constitution now evolved to whoever we do what we want to do."
Right.
So it's different, but it should be mostly black and white with a little bit of gray with some new
Should
issues
be.
and nuance. But that's where we've lost our way a little bit.
It should be, but the law is also an expression of power, right? It's an expression of political will. It's an expression of Machiavellian impulse these
Ooh,
days.
Machiavelli.
Yeah,
So-
well, I remember when Obama first became president, and like one of the first meetings they had, and they were talking about something, and somebody told Obama, "Well, we don't really like do it that way," and he said, "Well, we're going to do it this way. You know why? Because I won, so we're going to do it this way."
Right.
You're right. It's like you have to impose your will, right? Obama said, "I won. We're doing it this way." now."
Right.
Right. So whoever's in power is going to do it their way. Like
Right.
Donald Trump's in power, he's doing it his way.
Right.
And when the next president's in power, they're going to do it their way.
If
And
we
a lot
get
of-
another one.
And a lot of people don't agree with who's in office, president, governor, mayor, whatever. But that's the system.
So, 6 or 7 years ago, I was on Mauro's honeymoon. Actually, it's coming up, right? When's your anniversary?
my ninth anniversary. No, is it my ninth or my 10th's coming up?
Oh, you better know.
knows?
You
Shit.
better know.
I think it's the 9th.
And Mauro was telling us on his anniversary or his honeymoon, a book he was reading that how there's a cycle of political cycle. And you were
Oh yeah, that's the greatest book.
he predicted every
It's-
political thing.
Yeah,
that
it's a book called The Fourth Turning.
Oh, cool.
It was written by this sociology professor at Yale. He wrote it in 2001, and he predicted everything that's happening now in 2001 when the book came out.
Holy.
He predicted that every 100 years or so, there's something called the fourth turning, where the political landscape becomes crazy, and there's like revolution, and there's like civil war, and young people don't want to become anything. They want to be artists and
Interesting.
and musicians instead of doctors and lawyers. They want to be, exactly how these fuckers are now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I have young lawyers working in my office, 29, 28-year-old guys. It's like, or girls too. It's like, you fuckers ever heard of working?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're out the door at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like if they're working at McDonald's, I mean, you're a fucking lawyer, man. When I was a young lawyer, I worked till midnight.
Still do.
Seven nights a week.
But it's the pendulum swings.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta read the
Mauro, did you
Fourth
not-
Turning is an amazing book.
Did you
gotta
not
read it.
notice this
Yeah.
glass that I've had this whole time?
No, let me see.
Check this one out.
That is my silhouette, and
Yes.
it says sleepy. I like it.
The Sleepy Woogie.
You could have made me a little skinnier. I kind of look like a sumo wrestler.
Those are your middays, the mids.
I got to get one of those cups.
You know what? I wanted to drink from Mauro, from your nectar of Mauro. So, I mean, Chadwick, what's your we talked about institution. We talked about where things are going to go. What's your legacy? Because you're still a young man.
Yeah.
Are you even 40 yet?
No, I'm 38.
You mother. Yeah.
So my legacy is it's multifaceted. One is my family, to make sure that my family is strong and solid, and we raise good people, and we contribute to the community, we espouse the values that we say we believe in. But the second thing is to build my law firm as an institution. The place where great minds are cultivated. I don't mean this in a pie in the sky sense, but in a practical way. The judges come out of our institution. The political figures come out of our institution. The law professors that are consumer minded come out of our institution. Trial is a place where we express the will of the democracy that we live in, and that art is perfected in that institution. And so I'm focused on the institution building now, because the great institutions like the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, so many others out there that in Melvin Belli's firm in San Francisco, the Mo Levine, Jim Perdue, you name them. These guys are gone.
Jerry Spence.
Jerry Spence, who just died, right? Trial lawyers.
Mauro's been up there. You've been there.
Jim Purdue's book,
By the way,
Winning with Stories,
production
is the
team,
greatest book
Oh,
ever.
man.
We're gonna steal
He was
his
amazing,
speech
man.
because I loved it, so we'll
He's
steal it for
amazing.
me later. AI it. We'll take it.
You know, hey, you have my.
Yeah,
hey.
Mo
No, he
Levine's,
almost said it. He said it.
Mo Levine's book on Mo
done.
Levine on advocacy.
Yeah.
And Jim Purdue called Winning with Stories. These are books you have to have. If you're a trial lawyer, you gotta have those.
to, man.
And you
I
gotta have
stole
Gunning
Mo
for
Levine's
Justice
stuff
from
for
Jerry
it, yeah.
I
Spence.
haven't had that yet. Read
Gunning
that
for
yet.
Justice from Jerry Spence.
I'm gonna read that.
Those are the best. Those are the best 3 books.
But you think about
And
it.
of course, trying disc injury books.
Oh yeah.
Oh
by
yeah,
Bob
can't forget
Mauro.
Bob's book.
Yeah, Mauro wrote a foreword in that book.
Cool.
And I wrote a chapter in Running with the Bulls with Nick Rowley,
Oh, cool.
which is a hell of a book.
You know, we were taking the running with the Bulls mentality and operationalizing it before I knew Nick had that book out. So when I read it, I was like, oh crap!
Yeah, and they
It,
give you-
you know, it just gives you reinforcement.
And
that
the
you're
one
doing
thing,
the right
so
thing.
shout out to like some of our sponsors. So like Even Up, in their demand letters now, they incorporate Running with the Bulls.
Oh,
for
cool.
settlement opportunities. So it learns. They
Yeah.
have something called mirror mode, which
Yeah.
takes your best product and does what you want it to do.
Oh, cool.
So it now does those types of
Cool.
things. But it's a different mentality when you're doing stuff by Running with the Bulls
Yeah.
rather than your standardized. Well, I put these 2-3
Yeah.
pieces over here. But man,
Absolutely,
different shit.
absolutely. And you can tell it was written by a trial lawyer in the trenches.
Yeah.
If you know, there's only so much you can learn if you haven't been in front of a jury.
And you know,
I mean, it's just
a trial lawyer book,
you know.
there's like no punctuation, and there's like it's like a
Right.
Hemingway book.
Yeah, really,
Yeah.
really.
My editor yelled at me so many times, like, just leave it. That's how I talk. I don't care.
But you know, in all that simplicity, there's profundity.
Do we have our next guest? Is Bernard here? Hey, can we get Hey, our next guest coming up here is running for Congress. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this man's running for Congress. Big opportunity here out of South Florida for this gentleman. I mean, he's on the show next. Come on up here, brother.
Bernard Taylor.
I mean, by the way, we're gonna do a push-up competition, and we're gonna make sure he loses.
You know what's Bob, what's funny is that there's a sign on the door to this place saying it's a private party, you can't come in. But the sign wasn't really working. People were coming in. But then now he's standing by the door, and they're like, "This must be a private party. I'm getting the fuck out of here."
I just want to transition to the next episode because we're going to mic. Oh, he's already mic'd. Shit, this is great. You were watching a lot of this episode, and you guys have never met before. And just hearing, because I've heard a lot about what you say on social media and a lot of the mantra you speak, it sounds very similar about you being entrenched in the community to make sure that people are speaking the same language. I mean, so just give us a quick thought on Mr. Mance. I hope you guys are now going to be good friends, but just some of your thoughts and takeaways, man, how the stuff you're talking about intertwined.
No, it's like exactly what you were speaking about, man. Being active in the community, making sure we're all on one accord,
Yeah.
making sure we're all educated, making sure we're all, understanding and speaking the same language. A lot of times what I run into as I'm speaking in the community, a lot of people just don't know.
Right.
They don't know the resources that are made available to them. They don't know the power of their voice. And it's unfortunate, just having a 5-minute conversation, how much that can change someone's life. So very much respect what you're doing and what you're trying to do, because I'm trying to do the same thing down in my community in Florida.
Yeah, man, we got to stay in touch.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Bourbon and Proof. Find Mr. Mance. What's the best way to reach you, by the way?
Mance Law, Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, Mance Law. You can call us 912-574-41.
How do you spell that?
Like performance. M-A-N-C-E.
M-A-N-C-E.
He asked that question because he's going to buy every domain that's off one syllable. We know his tricks.
I buy what are known as common miskeys.
Okay.
So it
That's
might
smart.
be someone with 2 C's,
Hey,
and they come to my office.
there we go. I had
That's
to tuck that
how-
away in my head.
And that's how he's made a fortune. Thank you for watching or listening. Shout out to our sponsors. Once again, we're on the road, so let's continue. Mauro, shall we Live or Let Live tour? We
Live or
continue.
Let Live Tour 2025. Is it 25?
25? Yeah, 25 still. All right.
I'm still messed up from the pandemic. I don't even know what fucking year it is.
All right, thanks, everybody.